Hello, this is Giga Patrick back for Spreading a Plague number 8. So I'm going to join the two-man here pretty soon. I wanted to talk about a couple things first. Um, I've been contemplating what to do with this flex spot main deck here. This one Toxic Deluge, I thought about lots of things. Could be Underworld Connections, could be Phyrexian Arena, could be Bottled Cloister, could be any number of other things. I even considered something like Tombstalker, Blood Artist, not Blood Artist, Blood Scrivener, excuse me, and Blood Gift Demon even. It's a 5 for a 5/4 flying demon guy who has a Phyrexian Arena attached to him. So it seemed good, but 5's probably too much. So, I thought about it and I thought about it, and ultimately I decided that I would just go back to a classic from Reed Duke's original Mono Black list, and that is Nether Spirit. It's a very neat, awesome card to see, but if you don't see it, it's not that big of a deal. So I think it's perfect as a one of, because if it's in your hand, you can discard it and you get a free 2/2 guy. If you don't see it, it's almost like, who cares? You have other ways to win. So it's not this necessary thing. I was also thinking, right now I have 16 skulls in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 swamps and 4 herbivores. So 16 skulls. And my Curtis plays 15 skulls. He plays 11 swamps, 4 Urborgs, and he has 2 Tabernacles main deck. Now, I own 1 paper Tabernacle, and I also own 1 digital Tabernacle. Now, Tabernacle is this weird card where you can get it and it does nothing. And that has been my experience most of the time. You can get it and it doesn't do anything. You end up sacking it or discarding it, which is fine. And I mean, it is cool when you can lay Urborg Tabernacle Sinkhole you, and they lose their 1 mana dork that they played on their first turn. I mean, that's awesome. But I worry about the number of skulls. You really need to make sure that you have you have 2 skulls by the time you draw your first card. And actually, so I thought about it. I did the math. And just statistically speaking, you should see, if you have 15 skulls in a 60-card deck, you should see 2 skulls by the time you see your 8th card. So, I mean, obviously, when you draw your hand of 7 and it only has 1 skull in it, the probabilities from there go down, because, the probability that you draw a skull for your 8th card is not 100%. Obviously, that's not true. But, since, just going off statistics, since you should see 2 skulls in your first 8 cards with only 15 skulls, I think I'm safe to try taking out a swamp and putting a Tabernacle back in. And, so I think, we'll try that. It's a fine card in the right situation. It's one of these very situational cards, which is awesome. Like the situation I just said, It's also really, it can be awesome in a lot of situations. So I don't think the deck needs two. I don't think you need two Tabernacles. You know, you probably don't even need one. You can do one as kind of for this situationally awesome stuff with not too much of a drawback. The drawback is without Urborg, you are playing a land and getting no mana. But at the same time, you know, it could be turn 3, you labor Tabernacle and you smallpox and you sack the Tabernacle, so you don't really lose anything. I mean, there are plenty of ways around the drawback of Tabernacle. I've never had to deal with. I've never felt like I've seen a Tabernacle in my hand and been upset about it. You know, it gets discarded, you know, whatever. So we'll see. We'll see whether it's worth it. I don't know if it is or not. And in paper, I have two really nice Japanese Nether Spirits, so that'll be fun to put it back in my paper deck. Otherwise, I think this list is pretty solid. I did want to talk about one other thing. After reviewing my match against that lands deck that I lost to, the only one I've lost to out of the video series so far, I'm sure, you know, that won't be forever. But when I think about it, sportsmanship is a big thing to me. You know, it irritates me when an opponent says good game before you've said good game. You know, and other things that's probably most of the time innocuous on the opponent's part, but it's still irritating. But other things are outright trolling. You know, other times people outright troll. Now I want to be as good of a sport as I can be, which is hard when you're losing. And when I think about that lands deck that I played, I think I was a poor loser. I think that, you know, you know, when he said good game to me, I should have just. He had won the game when he found Worm Harvest. I should have just said good game and move on and get over it. I want to strive to be a better sport about things, and to only say good game when my opponent says good game first, if I'm winning, and to say good game if I lose, and that's fine. I know that I don't. You know, it's not fun when, you know, your opponent tilts at you. That's always awful. I mean, I remember I played a guy in Columbus, and I had I was at like 7 life. He had a Delver of Secrets out and a Tarmogoyf out, and I was going to die, but he forgot his Tabernacle trigger. Lost that game, and then I crushed him game 2 with a Crucible Wastelock, and, you know, he's like, I'm conceding, enjoy your free win, you know, is what he says. And I want to, that's the exact opposite of what I want. I want to be a gracious both when I'm losing and when I'm winning, so I'm going to strive to do that. One more thought that reminds me about Tabernacle. It's so much better in paper, you know, because online nobody forgets that. You cannot forget your Tabernacle trigger, but in paper, you know, and people get angry at you because for Tabernacle to really work, you have to hold them to it. At least in a big event. In a big event, like maybe a local Legacy night. You know, you let it slide when you've paid $5 and it's not that big of a deal if you lose. But when you've paid $40 and you want to make top 16 to see your list online, you really have to stick, you know, not let them take that Tabernacle trigger back if they forget it. Okay, so those are my thoughts. I'm going to join a 2-man, so I'm going to pause it until that occurs. So see. Okay, so it looks like it's begun again. We've started the match. I want to remember to say hello and good luck. I may have played this guy before. I don't remember. Not a whole lot of action in this hand. 3 swamps. I mean, double wasteland, inquisition. I am on the draw. I don't really like this hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, sinkhole, pox, wasteland seems a little bit better. Oh, that's from something else I was watching while I was waiting. Wooded Foothills. Wonder what he's playing. Could be Rug. Rug Delver. We'll see. Liliana's a good draw. It's good that he didn't start with a creature. Mountain. Blood Moon. Okay. So this looks like Imperial Painter. Blood Moon does hurt a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Sinkhole is Mountain in case that Blood Moon ever goes away. That City of Traders will be less useful to him. Revoker. If he names Liliana, I'm going to Pox here. He does. Okay. Okay. We'll get rid of Double Wasteland. And yeah, this is Imperial. So hopefully he doesn't have another Revoker. Maybe he does. Painter Servant, that's fine. Because I'm going to drop Lily and make him sacrifice it. Another Wasteland. Okay. See how things go. Another Painter Servant. Okay, well, if he has Grindstone in his hand, Tabernacle's not, well, yeah, it's not good here. So let's make him discard whatever he's got. Ensnaring Bridge, I'll play a Tabernacle. It's a mountain, so he's got to attack with Painter's Servant. He's got to attack Lily. Swamp. Make him discard. Another Ensnaring Bridge. Into Turok. Doesn't do anything, so I mean, we're really in this stalemate right now, which if he top deck Grindstone, it's not an immediate loss, but Okay, so he gets a mountain. It's not an immediate loss yet. I really want to get smallpox. Not a swamp. That's not what I want. Okay, well. Ugh, yeah. That's not good. I mean, okay. Sack. Yeah, I'll sack Tabernacle. It doesn't do anything right now. Okay. Back to stalemate. Curse Scroll would be nice. That's Red Elemental Blast. We'll see. I mean, we're just in the stalemate. I'm not sure who's favored here. I'm really not sure. I feel like maybe he's got a slight edge. You know, Grindstone is not an immediate loss just yet, but you know. Three Simian Spirit Guide. Okay, so things are not looking good. Things are looking worse for me. I mean, Blood Moon definitely turns off. I mean, it doesn't keep me from playing things, but Mutavault and Mishra's Factory would be helping me win right now. Would tip the balance in my favor. So, it looks like I lose my Lily. Looks like I lose my Lily. Wonder what he has. So, I mean, it's not over, but it's not looking great. Sensei's Divine Top isn't good for me. Another Liliana. I kind of wonder. Yeah, obviously I've got to make him sack. Luckily for me, he's not going to be able to, even if he sees a red blast, he's not going to be able to play it. So I got to make him sack a dude. I lose my Lily next turn, but to Painter's Servant. Really want Smallpox or Ancient Tomb. Draw. You can't activate it, so I've got one draw. Let's see what it is. Swamp. It's a good game, unfortunately. Okay. So, he's a combo deck. Crucible Worlds isn't great right here because, you know, he doesn't... I definitely need Pithing Needle. I mean, Crucible Worlds isn't good against isn't good against Blood Moon. Okay, so definitely have to have Pithing Needle. I wonder, is Dark Ritual necessary? I feel like it is necessary. Innocent Blood is definitely necessary. Is this a deck where I take out Nether Spirit? I don't. Well, Curse Scroll, yeah, but he's gonna bring in hate, so I feel like I have to take out that Nether Spirit, so we're not gonna get to see whether it's useful or not. Nether Void seems okay. I think I just bring in the pithing needles and name grindstone. And you know he brings in his own hate for pithing needles. So this seems decent. I'm not going to throw it back. Grindstone. Yeah, I'm going to writ into Nether Void right here. Because I don't want him to cast anything else. Obviously, I'm on the beatdown plan here. I know he's got those. I'm gonna wait, cause, well, Painted Servant costs 2. I'm gonna wait a turn on wasting, cause I'd really rather get one of those one of the soul lands. Yeah, like City of Traders. So he gets... Oh, well, he doesn't have enough, so it gets countered. Oh, okay. Simian Spirit Guide. So, I'm going to Innocent Blood. Just going to do Wasteland, Innocent Blood, pay 3. And he has to sack his creature. Top, okay. So, I'm glad that he didn't have another Painted Servant, because I can waste him off City and Plateau. Well, really, I think it's better to Sinkhole City of Traders here. Just so, you know. Swamp. I think I'm gonna attack with Mishra Factory. So I've got an Urborg. I'm gonna waste his Plateau and his Great Furnace. And next turn I can play an Urborg and him him. Ancient Tomb. Urborg. Painted Servant, Imperial Recruiter. So that seemed decent. But still, you know, with those soul lands, 5 now. Great. So maybe I don't feel like I'm necessarily playing wrong, but maybe this is just not a great matchup. Manic Vandal and Pyroblast. What's better to take here? I think Manic Vandal is the better take. You know, with that Sensei Divine Top, I need Sinkholes and Wastelands is what I need. It's what I really need bad. Misha's Factory isn't awful, but a Blood Moon really hurts me. So, I'm not, despite the fact that I'm ahead on board, I don't feel very good. He could really just win at any time. Almost. And, I mean, he doesn't quite have enough yet to lay the Painter Servant cost 5 total with Nether Void, so he doesn't quite have enough to go off all in the same turn. So he's searching, looking for Servant. That seems decent to me. Curse Scroll, which I don't think is the right play here. I think I'm just trying to win before he can kill me. So one thing Nether Void will do, if he finds that other Painter Servant, he won't be able to have Pyroblast protection behind it, because it will cost too much mana. So he can get Painter Servant out here if he saw it. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Now, that was excellent. That seemed, you know, in that game, I you know, Crucible of Worlds I guess wasn't necessary. That Nether Spirit, though. Is there anything I feel like I wouldn't mind that Nether Spirit back because of Blood Moon? It's another. Would I like it instead of Curse Scroll? Curse Scroll doesn't hit. It doesn't hit what I really need to hit, which is Painter Servant. And Nether Spirit at least Yeah, I'm gonna try for Nether Spirit instead of that third scroll. And I'd like to fit this other. An extirpate would have been nice there. Also, I'm gonna try to find 2 places for extirpate. Taking out a Pox, taking out a Curse Scroll. I mean, I don't feel great about losing Pox since it's good against this deck. But, you know, extirpate, grindstone, or Painter Servant would be good. Him smallpox, I feel like that's decent. I'm not gonna mulligan. I mean that's enough to disrupt him, hopefully. I mean, unless he has like a turn 2 win or something. My problem with this deck is I don't feel great facing this deck. I simply don't know. I'm not certain on the proper boarding strategy, and it just feels like a scary deck to me. And I think, you know, that I wouldn't call the last game luck, but, you know, Nether Void is a powerful card, but with a few different draws, he could have won through it. I'd like to draw Inquisition here. Pithing Needle on Grindstone. Do I cast it now? Manic Vandal costs 3. He could... I think I cast it now. It's not... You know, either he has the hate for it or not. Grindstone it is. And... You know, if he... Grindstone, okay. Let's him. Hopefully we get something great. Bloodstained Mire, Wooded Foothills. Not too great, actually. Yeah, I'm definitely going to waste his Ancient Tomb. I don't know. Another Ancient Tomb. Him, Inquisition would be excellent. And I drew it. Let's hope it's Painter Servant. It's Grindstone. Okay, I'll take the Grindstone. Here's the thing. Is it worth... I mean... I don't feel like it's extremely worth it to extirpate that Grindstone, because what's it do? What does extirpating a Grindstone do here? Alright, so looks like I'm on the beatdown plan. Maybe he's got Lightning Bolt or something to get rid of that. He wouldn't need to wait. I'm definitely not going to extirpate lands, because right now I want him to draw lands. Lotus Petal. Okay, so... He's looking to top deck. Let's look. I drew an Inquisition. What was his? Plateau, City of Traders, and Grindstone. So he has City of Traders still in his hand. So we're going to drop a swamp. Attack. I like having a clock. You're on land. Another spirit's decent. Wait. What should I do here? Yeah, I'm gonna play another spirit. I'm not gonna wait to discard it to smallpox. That doesn't seem important to me. So he's got a top deck Manic Vandal as well as Goblin Welder. Okay. So that's doesn't look like anything. Yeah, I'll just smallpox that away. But first I'm going to attack with all. See if he blocks. He blocks. There's no. I have no need to smallpox, but I've got a smallpox because otherwise I can't get rid of. I'm gonna get rid of Dark Ritual here. Sack Nether Spirit and Airboard. So he's got a draw. I think I should win. He's got one draw. Oh, he's got Sensei's Divining Top, but still, that doesn't get him both Manic Vandal and Manic Vandal and doesn't get him both Manic Vandal and Painter's Servant. I mean, Painter's Blood Moon. Okay, I'm glad I kept that Nether Spirit. Wasteland. I've only seen one small. That's irritating. No, I mean, I still want him to draw anything but Imperial Recruiter. So well, Painter's Servant, which he can play, and then he tops deck Manic Vandal. So this doesn't feel good. And I draw a swamp. Excellent. Okay. He doesn't have Sensei's Divine. Well, he does. And declaring attack here does nothing, as we've got a 1/3 guy. This is bad. Okay, things are not looking good for me. Things are looking very poor. Manic Vandal. And that is a bummer. Okay, well, it was close. He doesn't have the 3 right now. Maybe I top deck another Pithing Needle. Nope. Good game. It was close, but oh. So there you have it. That was kind of a bummer, especially when I got that close to winning. He, one turn and he won. I'm trying to think of what I would have done differently. I'm not sure. But, I mean, I'm trying to think. That extirpate wasn't good. If that extirpate had been a pox, I know I boarded out a pox for the extirpate. It might have been slightly different. If that nether spirit had been a toxic deluge, then that would have been probably better as well. It's kind of a bummer to see things turn out that way. But alright, so there you have it. Until next time, peace out.